Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to this glorious woodland in the north of the UK that I've been for a few days now. And I wanted to do something a little bit different and give you kind of just a quick rundown of my camping setup and a quick van tour. To be honest, it's the kind of sort of stuff I like watching on YouTube a lot of the time anyway, so I thought why not do my own. So the view that you can see behind me is the lovely view that we have just out of this campsite. So I've said it before in another video, but this campsite is effectively a wild camp situation. Now, it's not truly wild or stealth or anything. This is a bit of private land that you do pay to come on as per a normal campsite, but there are no amenities. You're not camped shoulder to shoulder with other campers. You get your own plot. You even get a nice little fire pit to have a fire each night and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's wild-ish, I guess. But it is wild, you just have to pay for the privilege of it. So yeah, let's have a quick tour around. So we'll start over here with just this windbreak that I've got. Not the most interesting thing, but it is pretty helpful. Firstly, obviously I've got my dogs with me. Say hi, guys. They're all very tired from camping out and doing quite a lot of walks. So yeah, got this windbreak. Serves a few purposes. One, obviously, is that it stops the dogs seeing anything exciting in the field and get a bit too excited and making any noise. As you can see, we're using it to dry towels on and hang bin liners off, so we've got a normal waste and recycling. So when we get home and we take our rubbish home, you know, we don't have to sort it all out. Obviously, important things. The wine has been out in the sun for a while now, and nice, good to get the red wine nice and up to temperature. Also got my solar panel out there attached to Goal Zero unit, which my phone is currently charging on. I think currently we have used nothing out of the battery bank on that because, oh, camera squiffy. Yeah, I don't think we've actually used anything out of the battery bank on that yet because it's been sunny all week. So yeah, that's nice. Bit more broad space. You can see kind of the full outdoor setup. I like to refer to this as Top Kingdom. Primarily this is to give the dogs shakes. Obviously they get a bit warm, especially when the weather's nice like it is today, but it gives us some shelter as well. Obviously a couple of chairs. They are front runner camping chairs, not the cheapest, but to be honest they are just the best we've found so far by a long way, so worth the investment for us. And then this little table, which is a high gear table. Now, it's not the sturdiest, most well-made thing in the world, but it's got these big pockets. And in there, you can see we keep all sorts of stuff. And in those, when we first get to camp, we put all of our crockery, cutlery, cups, that sort of stuff. Because there's pockets on the side for, you know, cleaning wipes, hand sanitizer, all that sort of stuff. And having that just available, you don't have to go in the van every single time you want something, is a big plus. So if you can get a table or something with some storage that you can keep outside most of the time, big thumbs up. And I'll show you in a minute when we go in the van, but that actually fits in the middle of the van. We can literally just pick it up and slide it in when we want to go out, and then just slide it out again when we get back. We don't have to collapse the whole thing each and every time we want to leave the site, which is also a big plus. So what's next? I mean, earlier today we were processing a few fallen trees, well, fallen branches anyway. Got a little few sticks set up for our fire pit later tonight. Do excuse the just the handle, the security strap for my camera flapping around in the breeze. And we've got some more logs sat over there ready for tonight as well. We bought those ones. They sell logs here at the site, so you can decided to do that as well. And then this, I say this is wild, and you are kind of meant to go for a pee in the bushes, but we had this set up anyway, so why not bring it? This is our little wild camp ensuite. This shower toilet system, so that is actually, the shower is, as you can probably tell, is a it's just a garden sprayer with a shower head attachment. If I pick that up, you just pump it up with that and it comes out a lot more with a lot more power than it was just then, because it's currently got no pressure in it. The porta potty toilet kind of needs no explanation, you know what that is. And then this is just a little privacy pod tent to enable us to use it. I mean, I'll be honest, when you need to go for a pee, I'm still just nipping in the bushes because it's a lot of faff. But should more serious events arise or the weather be too bad or whatever, then the toilet's here if you need it. Yeah, so what else we got out here? So yeah, just back to the tops real quick. So the top is Stitches and Steel. This is their, I think they call it the top, this one. I've got a couple of their products for kind of awnings and stuff. This is the biggest, and there's a few ways you can set it up, but this gives a nice big bit of coverage. And then the one over to the back there, the tan one, that is just a Decathlon special. Had that for years, used it with, well, that was incredibly bad timing. I was just about to say I've used that for years without any issue, and it obviously knew the camera was on because it's just collapsed, so we'll fix that in a minute. That is that's been up for 2 days now, not an issue. Turn the camera on, it all goes to pot. But yeah, so let's carry on. Let's go and fix that real quick. Right, I've given that a quick temporary fix. I'll fix it properly once I've done this video. Bit annoying, but never mind. Before we go into the van, we'll go have a look at the back of the van, because that's quite kind of where all the camping and storage stuff is. So let's scoot around here, and then we have, so this is my not very advanced setup in the back of the van. So I've got a couple of nets, cargo nets on each door. So this is just a sweeping brush to keep stuff clean. This is a table that fits inside if we want to use it, and some bags for different products that are being used at the minute. This side, same. This is a cover that goes on the front screen, that's currently on the screen. It's just a bag to hold it. That's the bag for the chairs, just keeping stuff out of the way. For water, so we're carrying three water jugs this weekend. To be honest, it's been a year since we've camped like this due to pandemic situation. So, yeah, but this is like the main one with a tap function. So this just leans down under the pressure release and open the tap, and it, self-explanatory. There's another 10 litre under there that's empty at the minute. We've used that much, and we've got a big one that's currently sitting out the side of the front of the van. So I'm sure we'll see that in a minute. Under there is just storage for other things: dog food bowls, boots. That's the leg for the table if it goes in the van, and then this whole system on the top here can fold kind of in a pincer and create a backrest for a sofa in the van itself. Obviously we've just got camera bags, rucksacks, that sort of thing holding it up at the moment. And then all my storage is driven by these drawer units. So I built these aluminium profile, and then 3D printed some runners. These are some eggs and gas canisters in there. That one's normally where the cooker lives. That's currently out on the table on the side. Food in that one, general, kitchen roll, toilet paper, bin liners, you get the idea. Cool bags. It's just a big old storage area. There is a system in place for what goes in where, but you don't really need to know that. It's about what works for you, really. But just an idea, and there's plenty of storage to throw stuff down the sides. You can keep shoes in the corner, a couple of umbrellas in there, escape tracks should we get stuck off-road, that sort of thing. But yeah, that's pretty much the back of the van. Now, speaking of escape tracks, the van is also fitted with a pretty sizable set of all-terrain tyres. This is not a four-wheel drive vehicle. It's a faux by faux, but it works for me, and it's got us out of quite a few sticky situations. The cooler box, which is for dog food, and dog food on the bottom because we raw feed the dogs, and then it's a big thick bin liner in the top for. Getting a bit empty now, but beer. They're still quite cool. Got to keep that in the shade, and all is well. Got a screen obviously on the front of the van to keep heat out and a bit of privacy at night. And got the big pop top with the opening, which is currently letting heat out of the van at the minute while the sun's round on the other side. So let's head on in. Hopefully it's light enough in here for you to see. Just got a dog lead on the side. This is where the dogs stay. Three dog crates. These go kind of half the way back to the back of the van, and obviously then the storage behind. We've got two options for sleeping, which is this futon. This is just an IKEA futon that sits on top of the dog crates. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it will do if you need to collapse the roof and sleep downstairs because the weather's too bad or something like that. A couple of nice little VW pillows, you get the idea. We have got windows on the inside of the van, blinds covered at the minute as I try and keep heat out of the van during the day because it is pretty warm today. They're the same escape tracks you could see from the back side. Some more jackets and stuff, big thick camping jacket if it gets really cold at night. And this side we've got the drivers and passenger seats that are swivel seats, so they turn around within the day. That bit in the floor there is for the table, should you want the table up and active in here in the day. We tend to not bother unless the weather gets too bad and we have to stay in the van. Various jackets and stuff. There is my little electricity station in the van. It does have a leisure battery under the driver's seat, and there's a 12-volt socket and 4 USB chargers on that, and that's just giving me a reading on the health of the van. Battery, which is currently 12.8, or keeps flicking between 12.8 and 12.7, so it's about 75% full, something like that. Down there we have the controls and the outlet for the diesel heater. That's not being used this weekend, as you can imagine, but it's pretty effective when it does. And then we have just, you know, more cool boxes. There's a box of whiskey down there, very important, and jackets hung off the back of the chairs. Obviously some nice stitching steel seat covers just to keep the seats safe. And then we get out the top, get a nice little view from up here. You can see all the bits of tree that have fallen down onto the awning overnight, but this is nice just to stand up fully and obviously get a nice view of the forest as we go along. I tend to keep important stuff on the top of the ledge here, so quick access to the knife in case I need to get something open. That I normally wear, it's just a paracord bracelet, helpful when camping, makes a very quick emergency dog lead or something if you have an issue. One torch, head torch, another torch. Can't have too many torches when camping. Always want something easily available. And then this also, that's a big bug. What's this guy? We'll name him Colin. Hi Colin. Sorry, bye Colin. He's gone. Right. So this camera's not got the widest lens, but we can pull this down. And we have another bed. We've got a duvet and sleeping bags in there, just in case it's preferable just to use those rather than putting the diesel heater on, just because, well, you don't want to end up cooking the dogs because they prefer it cooler. Obviously this all unhooks and zips back in, so you end up with a proper kind of sleeping tent pod for the night time. But yeah, I think this is my favourite bit. This basically you've got an upstairs. I've got an upstairs and an ensuite, well, a wild camp in a forest, which yeah, it's kind of luxury really. I like it a lot. So yeah, let's get this. There's also a self-inflating air mattress under all of this, which again, it's not the absolute comfiest thing in the world, but it does the job, and I don't wake up in absolute agony all the time. So there is that. I'm going to sit down on this little sofa area for a minute. Sorry, this new tripod, well, brilliant. It's got the camera at a right weird angle at the minute, so I'm having to hold it and it's probably shaking all over the place. But yeah, is there anything else? I mean, the dogs are out, as you can see, on a stakeout line, 3-dog stakeout line. Keeps them happy in place and they can't get too far on up to any mischief, but they have got enough free movement to, yeah, just keep them happy. And I think that's probably everything, to be honest. So I am going to go and get a beer. I'm probably going to be talking to the camera again in 2 minutes doing a beer review, but for this video, that's all. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Oh, and before we go, there's just one more thing. Got a hammock! Gotta have the hammock. Thank you very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like it if you haven't already subscribed, if you will be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.